have a big problem that they have faced for generations. We are the original stewards and caretakers of a huge portion of the land in the world. In fact, more than governments and businesses combined. Farmers take care of so much land all over the world. And part of farming that land is very important that they take care of it. We want to maintain our best practices to avoid as much soil erosion as possible while still raising a great crop. Now that harvest is over, I'm looking around and all I see are projects. And not just projects that my current equipment lineup of tractors can't handle. I've got ponds to clean out, ditches to dig out, pipes to bury. A tractor just can't handle something like that. All of these projects that we see aren't new ones. In previous years, we've always just hired some kind of dirt moving or big equipment company to come in and take care of them for us. But over the past couple of years, that has gotten really expensive. So we're making the decision this year to bring all that work in-house. After adding up what it would actually cost us to hire out all of the projects we have on the horizon, we totaled it up to about $50,000. And after sitting on that number for a little while, we decided we think we can purchase and transport our own equipment and learn how to do it for ourselves for under $50,000. So that is our goal. So now I'm on a hunt. I have no experience running a bulldozer or an excavator. I want to change that. They look so cool. I really think it'd be a great skill to learn.
I'll do as many projects as I can with the tractor. This one having a loader, which is super helpful, but there's just so many things on the farm we can't do with a loader tractor. I think it's time to get an excavator. And secretly, I just really want one because ever since I was a little kid, every time an excavator would show up, I was there watching or getting a ride. I just love watching excavators work. So now I think it's time to invest.
In previous years, we have employed an excavator and a dozer. So our search is going to be centered around those two machines. Most of the projects that I have on the horizon here on this farm are tree related, so I'm leaning towards excavator. A new excavator can cost upwards of $250,000, and that's certainly not in the budget. But to put into perspective, usually costs about $150 an hour to hire one. Right now, I'm thinking that I'm going to be putting around 50 to 100 hours in this excavator per year. Hopefully that amount of time will teach me how to run one sufficiently. Because right now, I'm starting from ground zero. Now, while hiring all of these companies is pretty expensive, I do realize that big equipment itself comes with a large cost. And you're also hiring those people's experience. And I have no experience when it comes to dirt pushing or digging. So the machine that I'm looking for, while I don't know exactly what I need, I'm looking for something that will get all of my jobs done without breaking the bank. I want something that I can justify the cost of and pay off over the next couple of years. Enough chatting, there's some dealerships close by us, and so we are going to go take a look at a few and see what our options are.
So we've been looking at excavators and we've stumbled across a lot of Komatsus, and I really like these. So this one has a blade, which I really like the blade, but it has rubber tracks. I don't know if we want rubber tracks. It's about the right size, and I really like this thumb here. This one's a little older. It's kind of beat up. Look at this thing. The doors are all smashed in. This one's probably actually cheaper than this one, because this one's pretty nice. These little dozers would be perfect on a farm. So we have a lot of rough fields, and to fix all the washouts, one of these would be perfect. It's got a 6-way blade. That's huge. That's a huge bucket. That's way bigger than anything we need. Something like this. This is probably about right.
Things are looking a bit out of the price range that I had in mind. Now this is more what I was talking about. Not this one. This one back here. Grant, I think this is what we have the budget for right now.
Yeah. This is a little more like it. I think we're missing a crucial part though.
I don't think it's doing much good. I don't think this would dig very well, but maybe it could work as a crane.
Now we're looking at some cat stuff, and I found this exact one online, and it was actually kind of in my price range, but oh my, in person it is way too big. This is a massive excavator. But as you can see, it's a lot older than some of this other stuff around here, but Cat has a very good reputation. Oh man, it's missing a window. Oh, look at the seat. Ooh. Maybe that's why this thing was so cheap. I don't think this is the one, Laura. But man, this is a big excavator. Okay, here's some newer ones that are really new. Still way too big. So we rent or we borrow Laura's dad's mini excavator all the time, but we also rent or hire our neighbor who has an excavator to do a lot of jobs for us. But the amount we've paid him over the years, we could have bought one, so I think it's time we invest in one. But this is way too big. Way, way too big. Check out this road grader though. We could really make use of one of these things. This one looks a little rough. Got a flat tire. But for fixing all our washouts in the field, how much do you think they want for this?
Both dealerships have had some really good things, but just not exactly what we're looking for.
The Cat was definitely a bust. That thing is just way too big and worn out.
We're getting closer on the price range though. Something that's very important to consider when looking at big pieces of equipment like bulldozers and excavators is transportation. Once you have the big thing, you actually need a way to get it where the projects are, because you can't exactly just drive a bulldozer down the road 8 miles. So we do have a semi truck here on the farm because we use it to haul our grain. So depending on what kind of machine I buy, we're also going to be needing some way to transport it, a trailer of some kind. And Pepper thinks an excavator or bulldozer seat would be a real comfy place for a nap. So that's going to be an important factor in our decisions. A good option for a piece of equipment that farmers can use for dirt work on their farms and for field entrances is a dozer. So this is a Cat D6, and this is something that we could definitely have some use for on our farm. I imagine us fixing pivot roads with this, fixing field entrances, washes, drainage ditches, those types of things. But its uses in my mind kind of stop right there, and the equipment that I want it to be able to dig as well as push dirt. So this is a good option, but just not exactly what we're looking for. It is very cool though. I like the size of this. It's not as big as a D8, but it still has quite a large blade on it. I think we could get some use out of this, but this isn't exactly what we're looking for. So we have looked at all of our local dealerships, and none of them had just what we were looking for. So we turned our attention to the online realm. We've been looking at all the different auction sites, but then we also just doing a little bit of digging on Facebook Marketplace, mostly just to get a guess at a price range at where we'd be for what we'd want. And we came across a listing. We're actually here looking at it today, and I think it might be just what we want. If it's actually what it was listed as, I think this might be our excavator on Facebook Marketplace of all places. Should we go check it out? This just wrapped up a job is what the owner says. And it's in our budget, and it kind of combines two things that we were looking at. It's an excavator, but it has the 6-way blade on it. And so this has all the advantages that a bulldozer would bring without actually being the full bulldozer, which would be really nice. The drawback is that it does not have a bucket on it, which might be why it's so cheap. I'm hoping that's the reason and there's not something wrong with it. So we're going to give this a full look over. I'm still not really sure if this is the one we're going to buy, but I don't know. It's kind of an adventure. It's always fun to see other people's equipment and kind of see the jobs they've been doing with it. But I don't know, maybe this is our excavator.
This is a Kobelco ED150. So it's not a mini excavator and it's not a big excavator. It's like mid-size, but it still weighs 35,000 pounds, which is plenty big for what we need to do. But this 6-way blade is very interesting. From what I've done, my research on the internet, I think these are the only kind of excavators on the market with a actual 6-way blade, which is kind of cool. And it has really big tracks that are curved, so it makes it easy to move. And they're 2-speed as well. It is a bummer that it doesn't have a bucket though. But it does have a quick coupler. Should we see if it runs?
Let's try and start it up, see how it sounds. Hopefully it starts. It's already an improvement because it has all the glass in it, which I like. The seat has seen better days though. I don't know if I'm very impressed with that. Okay, let's see here. Oh my, it starts right up. It's got a little escape hatch sunroof up here. Okay, probably should let it warm up a little bit, but want to make sure everything works.
Those cylinders look nice and clean, no leaks.
It does look like it's older, but it does look like it's been pretty well taken care of. And you have to remember, we're a farm, not a construction site. And so I'm not looking for the perfect excavator. I'm just looking for something that's going to be good enough to complete the jobs that I need it to on the farm. Trench digging, ditch digging, and some land leveling. So Grant and I actually looked at an excavator. It's probably been about 5 years ago now, maybe even 6. And it was actually another Facebook Marketplace excavator. And we kick ourselves every single day because we didn't buy it. And it was such a good deal for a great excavator, and it came with a trailer. And I feel like we've been hunting for that same deal ever since because we walked away from that. And this, it does not have the bucket. But if we buy this, the guy is willing to sell the trailer with it too. And so this feels like it might be one of those moments where if we walk away from this excavator, we might be regretting it for the next 6 years, and I don't want to do that again.
Little 4-cylinder Isuzu engine. Looks pretty clean in here.
It's definitely not fancy by any means, but you know, there's no touchscreen anything, but it might just get the job done. I don't know. Is this we're gonna go home and think about it kind of thing? Should go look at the trailer that comes with it. I do not know much about big trailers like this, but I do know that this trailer has hydraulic ramps, which is really nice. And I know that it hooks up to our farm semi-truck, which is really important. And I know that it is rated to haul the excavator, but it is also big enough and it could haul our skid steer. And we have a couple other kind of big equipment-y type things on the farm. And so this trailer wouldn't just be useful for the excavator, it could be useful for some other things too, which I really like. But the fact that it can hook up to our farm semi-truck was really important. I don't know, it doesn't look that nice, but if it gets the job done, we should probably check out the tires. But the guy's been using it to haul this excavator, so it can't be that bad, right? Trail King, Mitchell, South Dakota. After a lot of thought and comparison, the machines at the dealership were just either too expensive or too big for the stuff that we need to use it for around the farm. We've decided that the machine from Facebook Marketplace, while it is certainly not perfect and needs some work, it checks a lot of boxes. The biggest one being it comes with the trailer in under budget. And it even comes with a blade on front. So while we were leaning towards excavator, we still get that little bit of bulldozer. It's a 2007 Kobelco ED150. Unfortunately, our farm semi does not come with a wet kit, and the excavator needs a bucket. So that was hauled into the dealership. Because we came in under budget, we could afford to put a brand new bucket and thumb on it.
So had this bucket put on, still got the stickers on it, not a scratch on it.
And the trailer was brought here so that we could equip it with a pony motor. This is going to allow us to actually use the trailer. This motor right here is going to move everything on this trailer via these little push and pull levers right here. we go. Pony motor is a success. Pony motor is on, and we concocted a little chopped up mud flap situation with magnets so that no matter the weather, the motor itself is all protected. But when going down the road, it stays enclosed. We still have really easy access to it. Pretty cool, right? It's a little homemade farmer fix situation, but I think it's gonna work great for our trailer. The pony motor setup is going to stay with the trailer, meaning that we can hook it up to any semi on the farm. After all that, our trailer is finally usable. Our excavator is back here at home. There's just one more thing we need to do to it before I can actually learn how to run this thing. As far as Grant is considered, this machine is ready to go to work. But I still think there's one more thing that this machine needs. This excavator came from a very well-loved job site, and the previous operator spent countless hours in the seat. So many that you can really see. We are going to be doing something to signify the start of this excavator's new life here on our farm, but also the start of my big equipment expertise. I need to put my own hours in my own seat. So today we're going to be ripping out the old seat and putting a new one in.
Look at that.
Wow, now we're talking. Compare this to that.
Oh man, it even came with armrests.
We're gonna be set now.
These seats are surprisingly heavy.
Who knew excavator seats were so heavy? They're also very, oh my goodness, don't fall.
The lever's been through the seat.
Oh my goodness.
No wonder this thing weighs 35,000 pounds. See?
Half of it is the seat?
Yeah.
It's out. And we have some slight concerns about mice activity. Quick oil check before we head out. Grant, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
It looks fantastic.
Perfect. Fantastic from Grant. That's all I need.
All of the fluids on this thing were at the perfect level. And a lot of you are probably going to comment on how loose these tracks look. Yes, they do look loose, but the guy we got it from said he runs them loose because he's had to replace these final drives before because they were getting too tight with all the dirt packed up in there. So he runs them a little bit looser, and he said, don't worry about it, just run it that way. And I said, okay. So unless you guys have other opinions, I'm going to keep them running like this, but they do look a little loose. Again, we have no experience.
The old chair is out, the new chair is in. The cab is probably cleaner than it's been in 10 years. Our new bucket and thumb is on. The weather is beautiful. Harvest is over. The ground isn't frozen. It is finally time for me to learn how to run this excavator, and I am so excited. Let's go dig some dirt. Starts right up. That's a good sign. This thing is scary.
And as you can see, I'm no expert operator, but I'm going to drive this out to a farm pond where Laura can dig around and clean out the pond and not hurt anything.
The excavator made it out here. I'm so excited to use it. Our pivot watering systems walk right through this area, and it seems to get stuck every single time, but especially after a big rain. We tried to solve the problem by putting in these big metal grates for the tires to walk across. And it worked to a certain extent, but that was several years ago and they've sunk in pretty far to the ground. So we are out here with the excavator. I'm going to learn how to use it, but more importantly, I'm going to be solving one of our first problems by building up a dam. Taking dirt from over here, building up the place where the pivot walks. Such a nice clean cab. Oh, and such a comfy seat. I can get used to this. Okay. Okay, started it up. This is down. I'm just gonna make a guess and go with the left one. Okay, no, that's pulling it towards me. I want up. Okay, it's going up. So I guess what I'm most scared of is the bucket. I don't want to hit the bucket to the cab. Okay, I swung. How do I reach? Oh, that's down. Out. The thumb is so scary.
This is gonna be Laura's first scoop with the excavator. Can she get a full bucket?
I don't want to go for too big of a bite this first one. How do I bring it towards me? I'm doing it! Okay, I think I took too big of a bite. I started pulling myself over. Okay, I don't know how to get out of this now. I need to take less of a chunk. I took way too big of a bite that first time. Small baby scoop. There we go.
You got the window all dirty.
It's so wet. Oh my goodness. Okay, this will take some serious time to figure out. I wonder if Grant is having fun watching me right now. I'm getting our new tool all dirty. I'm sure once you run this for a long time, all the motions feel second nature. But right now, I just don't know what anything does, and it feels really scary. Everything kind of feels opposite of what I think it should be. Boy, I wish Grant had given me some more instruction. He really just left me to my own devices here. It's really hard. This is really hard. I feel like I'm gonna tip over like all the time. I think I'd feel better if my feet could touch the ground, but they're just kind of dangling right now. I think this seat was definitely made for someone taller than me, like Grant. Man, I keep doing the opposite of what I need to do.
Laura's over here digging with an audience. The cows are very curious to see what's going on over here.
Takes so much concentration. Do you think you ever reach a point where you stop being scared of breaking something? Or is that just a forever thing? I have a whole newfound respect as you drive down like the interstate and you see construction workers and they're doing it so smoothly. I don't know how they do that. I am like so herky-jerky, it's not even funny. I like that the bucket has drainage holes in it because I'm digging and there's some water here. And I like that the water can drain out of the bucket. That's nice. How do I extend my arm out to reach? I need like one of those. I just bought this thing. I'm already thinking I need one of those long arm excavators. Have you ever seen a video of those? They're fascinating. They're huge. Come on. Man, I gotta stop taking such big scoops. Out, up, in. There we go. Oh no, I don't like how do I get out of this? I don't know what to do. Dirt is really heavy. Does anyone have any tips? I think this is a skill where you really just need to spend a lot of time doing this.
I'm sure a pro excavator operator would have had this whole dam built by now.
It's like the biggest claw machine ever. Maybe once I get good at this, I'll be good at those claw machine games. I can actually win for once. I think I need to relax a little bit. I'm gripping these joysticks so tightly. You feel so powerful running this thing. Like nothing can stop you. We didn't actually test drive any other excavators. I guess, I don't know, will a dealership let you test drive an excavator? I wonder what a new one would feel like compared to this. So much dirt. Well, I haven't broken it yet, so that's a good sign.
That's really good.
It's a big learning curve. And I guess you probably have to park it so the track's right under you when you get out, huh? That feels like a rookie mistake.
How are you going to get out?
I don't know. Jump, I guess. Ah! That is very interesting. It's harder than it looks. People will make it look really easy. Oh, and I got it dirty already. It was so nice and clean when we started. Man, I got quite the pile of dirt though, huh?
Yeah, you're going to start moving back now.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Pick the blade up, move back, figure out how to drive this, and keep digging. While I've been digging, I've been thinking, when I was getting in it, I noticed this little crab. There's one right here, and then there's also one right where in by the handle when you get in here. And it says something about Sherlock. I'm not really sure what it is. I can't even read that word. Anti-theft marking though. And I feel like with our new bucket with the thumb, a little crab name would be good for this guy. Like Mr. Krabby or Mr. Kraboo or something like that.
The crab?
The big crab. And it
It's
like
good.
kind of crawls like a crab.
All right, it's the crab.
I think this is our little crab walking machine. It's even got its logo on it. I like it. Mr. Crab with this pincher.
Well, you got a big dam to build. You gotta keep going.
All right. Mr. Kraboo, go into work. Okay, I'm straight on. I'm gonna lift up my blade and now go backwards. I think it's like a skid steer where if I just pull back, it'll go back. Hey, all right. We're rolling back. Okay, right about there. Blade down. Go back to digging. It's really satisfying to get a big scoop, but it's kind of hard to get the appropriate size scoop. Not too big, not too small. If you twist around too many times in an excavator, can you unscrew it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just kept twisting around and twisting around, would it come off from the base, from the tracks? Is that a silly question? Right is out, left is in. Left back is in. I need like a cheat sheet for what controls do what. Left in, right out, right out. Just have to keep telling myself. Down, left, in. There's an order of operations to everything. Just have to make sure I stay on the correct order of operations. In, out, left, right, up, down. A, B, select, start. Or what is it? B, A, select, start. I've always really liked crabs. I used to watch Deadliest Catch, the crab fishing show with my dad. That show is wild. I loved seeing the perils on the Bering Sea. I think I would be better balanced and not feel so tippy if my blade was where I was digging and not like face the direction of front, if that makes sense. We're getting a good sized dam here. Still have a ways to go, but we are getting there for sure. I can see how if you do this for a long time, it can be relaxing. I've successfully made a wall of dirt and it's taken me about 2 hours and it's not smooth or really even that even, but I am working an excavator and I can honestly say it's kind of fun. It's a beautiful evening and I'm used to the smell of like tillage dirt, like dirt turned up, but, and maybe don't let the other farmers hear me say this, I think dirt that has been dug out might smell better than tilled dirt. It smells so good out here. Check out my hole. Wow. Cool. It's a lot of dirt. Grant, I don't know anyone else who would let their wife run their dream toy before them. Are you jealous?
No, honestly, I just love watching it run.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, clearly it works. I can dig. It's a little herky-jerky. It's gonna take some time, but I think it's time for you to use the blade. I made a big mountain of dirt. I need someone to push it into a nice pile for me. Would you do that?
Awesome. I'm excited. So when we bought this thing, he said it ran and operated great, but I was just like, you just never quite know when you buy something on Facebook Marketplace. But this thing runs so good.
It's so quiet in the cab. It's great. And the seat, I'm glad we changed the seat. It is really nice. The AC even works in here.
I think we got a pretty good deal on this thing. Now let's see if this dozer blade is worth a darn. What do you think these cows think?
Well, I think they were pretty hesitant at first, but when I got about a quarter of the way through the pile, they started creeping closer, and now they're just watching. They don't seem to mind too much.
Usually on a dozer, you run the ground speed with this hand and you run the dozer with this hand. But this one you gotta do with your feet. That's kind of difficult. Let's see if we can shape up these piles at lower left. The dozer controls are very intuitive though. Oh yes! This is awesome! I know this is soft dirt, but this is working just fantastic. Yes. Bulldozer excavator combination. Okay, running it with your feet's great. I can just have my hands hanging out. This is some slimy, nasty stuff. Look at all that dirt. Yeah. This thing is great. I think we made a good call going with the excavator bulldozer combination. I don't think we really need a full-blown bulldozer, but just to have the bulldozer here when you're running the excavator is great. Look at all that dirt.
Battery just died.
Ah! It's sliding into the pond. Yeah. Okay. That's not working very well. Did I mention we have no experience? Okay. I've got a bucket. Let me use the bucket.
Okay, Grant has gotten into quite the sticky situation, and I don't just mean the mud. He is sliding that way into the pond. Oh my goodness. This feels like a rookie move. If that track goes into the pond, I am not going to be able to get him out. I just dug out that whole side he's next to. Hopefully he can use the bucket for stability. Oh, that is so gushy. He's just sliding further in. Looks like there's a bit of a learning curve on this thing. A close one.
I know it doesn't look very, but it's kind of steep, and that is very deep mud. So I think I stopped in time, so we didn't get too bad. But it's so nice when you have an arm, you can just pull yourself out. Okay, well, we didn't get it stuck.
Let's not rely on that arm, okay? I know you have it, but that's emergency use only.
Did you see how good the blade was working?
The blade's great. The blade is really, really nice. This thing's filthy.
Maybe you should run the excavator.
Oh my goodness. That's some stinky mud.
Maybe you need to teach me how to run the excavator. What else can we go dig?
You're doing great.
Can I just dig a little spot here? I'm just gonna dig a little bit.
All right.
When we bought this excavator, it didn't have a bucket, but it came with a quick coupler from this Geith company, and this company makes a lot of different buckets, and we kind of went back and forth on what we were gonna get, and I think we chose the perfect sized bucket. Like, I can get a huge scoop of this wet, heavy mud, and I think that's about all the excavator has to give, but I think we could also get a narrower one for trenching. Let me know what you guys think.
Don't even think about it, Grant. Get that away from me. Oh my goodness. Oh, he thinks that's pretty funny.
This thing is so cool. Mr. Crab is definitely staying on the farm.
Good news, we are well on our way to earning back the money that we spent on this big excavator, Mr. Crab. And there is one addition to Mr. Crab that we added that we haven't talked about yet, and that is the grabby thumb. The part of Mr. Crab that actually makes him crab-like, because he can pinch things. When we purchased the excavator, it did not come with a bucket, so we had to purchase one new. And instead of just getting the bucket, we actually chose an add-on, and that would be the thumb. A neighbor saw we had this handy-dandy attachment for our excavator and actually called us over to do a job. We are going to be moving around some lawn clippings and some stumps for him, cleaning up his compost pile, and the thumb is going to be the perfect thing for that. Check out that thumb in action. Got the beginnings of a great compost pile here. Look at Grant running the excavator with just his feet. When not in use, That thumb goes so far back, almost a storage position. So you can use the bucket just like that. Crunch. Wow. For the same price as a decent used skid steer, we got not only an excavator that is kind of part bulldozer, but we also got a trailer, and I think that's pretty good. Now, am I the best excavator operator? I'm gonna say definitely not, especially considering today was my very first day. But I think after putting some time in, I could get really good at this. It was kind of fun, and I can honestly say I am very, very happy with our purchase. Now that we have the bucket on it and we got the trailer set up so that we can haul it with any semi that we have here on the farm, I think this turned out to be a really, really good deal. It runs well and clearly can dig some dirt. Now, I just need to get even more experience so we can really nail down these projects we have here on the farm and do the best job possible at taking care of the land that we've been entrusted with. We've got a lot of money invested into this land, just like every other farmer, so we want to do our best to maintain it because you know what? If you take care of the land, it will take care of you. I do want to say a big thank you to you watching here at home. Without you, we would not be able to achieve Grant's childhood dreams or take care of our farm the way that we do. So I want to make sure that you know that you are so appreciated. You are along for my farming journey. You have been since 2020, and I am so very grateful to be able to share everything we do here on the farm with you. This is just really, really incredible. So if you haven't already subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye.